So then, boys and girls, with the current Premier League season now coming to a close, there is still a lot to play for. The battle for those relegation positions is still completely wide open. A number of teams can still get dragged down into those relegation positions, and a number of teams can still escape those final three positions in the Premier League table. Whereas with the battle for European football this season is completely wide open. A number of teams are fighting for the Europa League, and the Champions League race is also completely wide open. However, with the league title, yeah, it looks like all FC are going to win that one quite comfortably once again. But with that being said, boys and girls, in today's video, I'm going to bring you guys my final Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 Premier League season. Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, I'm going to bring you guys my final Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 Premier League season. Just like I said, there is still a lot to play for. There's just under 10 games remaining of the current season, and a lot of things can still happen. The international break is basically over. I'm stuck for video ideas, so today I thought I'll sit down and bring you guys my final Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 Premier League season. But just before we get into all that, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video. As of course, today I bring you guys my final Premier League predictions for the remainder of the season. Yeah, international breaks basically done, which is a massive W. We can get back to Leicester content soon, but you know, today I thought I'll do some Premier League content for you guys. If you guys do enjoy it, let me know, drop a like. Also, subscribe to my face on the screen before. We're now on the road to the mighty 2,000 subscribers. If you guys are new around here, if you could subscribe, that will be massively appreciated. Yes, so if you are new to the channel, I'm Josh. Don't ask why it's called Sportsa, I don't really know myself. But yeah, I'm a Leicester fan, I can do some Premier League content as well. So yeah, if you're new around here, just subscribe, that'd be massively appreciated. And as always, let me know your final predictions in the comment section down below. Who's going to get relegated, who's going to get top 4, who's going to win the league, or if you want to be an absolute goat, just put your full predictions in the comment section down below from 1st to 20th. But yeah, let's quit the waffling and let's get into my final Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 season. Right then, starting off then in 20th place for me, I think this one is a pretty easy one to predict. I'm going to be going with managerless Sheffield United to finish in 20th place this season. I think, you know, second season syndrome has hit the Blades on a new level this year. They have completely fell apart. Yes, they've been missing some key players like Egan and Jack O'Connell, I do believe, but yeah, I think the Blades have been very poor this season. So yeah, I can see them finishing 20th place. I can't really see them pushing out even of 20th into 19th. So yeah, Sheffield United are going to be the first team to get relegated, and in my opinion, I think obviously that's going to happen in a few weeks anyway, with just under 10 games left. So yeah, Sheffield United to finish in 20th place. Next up then, moving into 19th place for me, I think this one is pretty easy as well for me. I'm going to be going with Sam Allardyce's West Bromwich Albion to finish in 19th place this season. I think, you know, the Baggies have been a bit too inconsistent this season. I think the sacking of Slaven Bilic wasn't really the right decision. I thought, you know, Sam Allardyce may came in, steadied the ship a bit, but yeah, I think I can't see them staying up now. They have got some decent results. They got a big win against Brighton a few weeks ago. I thought that could potentially be a turning point, but I think it's a bit too late now for the Baggies to say, we're just under 10 games left. They are very far adrift. So yeah, for me, I can see West Brom finish in 19th place this year. So then moving into the final relegation zone position, this is where the changes start to come in. This one may be slightly controversial. I'm going to be going with Steve Bruce's Newcastle United to get relegated and to finish in 18th place. I think Newcastle right now are in a sense of turmoil. I think, you know, the club obviously is not run correctly, just with Mike Ashley, but yeah, Steve Bruce, no one wants him there. Newcastle fans want him out, the players even want him out, I've heard, and it's just not looking well at Newcastle. They've got a couple of key men out like Callum Wilson as well, and Ryan Fraser hasn't really kick-started his career there at all. So for me, I can see Fulham overtaking Newcastle. I can see Newcastle finishing in 18th place. It would be a big shame. Obviously Newcastle, great side, massive club. If they get relegated once again to the Championship, that would be a massive shame, but I can see them going down. So yeah, for me, 18th place is going to be Newcastle United, the first big shot. Moving into 17th place then, boys and girls, just escaping relegation. I just quickly mentioned them. I'm going to be going with Scott Parker's Fulham to finish in 17th and just escape those relegation positions. I think Fulham this season have looked pretty good. I mean, most recently they have started to pick their forward, and I think they're going to do it. I'm a big fan of Fulham. I think they play some decent football, attacking style of football. Defensively, yeah, they're a bit shaky here and there, but most teams are like that just with the modern day of football. So yeah, I think Fulham, I reckon they could stay. It would definitely be close. Don't get me wrong, it could really go down to the last day, but I can see Fulham just about staying up. The fixtures aren't too bad even, and like I said, their side is doing quite good at the moment. Their confidence is going to be much higher than Newcastle, whose confidence is going to be rocket low. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go Fulham just to escape relegation zone and to finish in 17th place. Instead of moving into 16th place, I'm going with the mighty Burnley shithouse FC. You know, I can just see Burnley finishing 16th. Yeah, 16th place, I'm going with Sean Darch's Burnley. I think, you know, Burnley always seem to finish around there. They always seem to do it. And yeah, just shithouse FC, Crisford up top. You'd love to see it. So yeah, Burnley to finish 16th place this season. Moving into 15th place, I'm going with Graham Potter's Brighton and Hove Albion to finish in 15th place. XGFC out here, boys. I think, you know, Brighton, I don't know how they're down there. I've watched a lot of the games, and you know, the XG, their expected points, they'll be in the top 10. It's mental. They just can't shoot. So yeah, I think I can see Brighton just turn it around, and I think that hopefully their strikers do start to score, because I don't mind Brighton. So yeah, I can see Brighton finishing 15th place this season. You know, they are slightly in that relegation battle, but I think, you know, they are better than teams like Newcastle, Fulham and Burnley, so I can see Brighton staying up quite comfortably in the end. So yeah, Brighton to finish in 15th place this season. Next up then, moving into 14th place, I'm going with Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace to finish in 14th place. I think, you know, this is a pretty standard position for Crystal Palace. Their form, you know, it's been inconsistent throughout the season. I think 14th place is probably just about right for I was going to say Seagulls, and that will cause a lot of controversy, the Eagles. Yeah, obviously Crystal Palace are missing some key players like Wilfred Zaha throughout the season, which is going to be a big miss. Obviously, no fans at Selhurst Park has affected them as well. So I think, you know, 14th place would not be too bad for Crystal Palace. Yeah, for me, 14th place, I'm going with Crystal Palace. Moving into 13th place, I'm going with Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think, you know, this season it has been a bit of a shame for Wolves. Obviously, they have been missing some key players, especially Raul Jimenez. Thank God he's all right, and I think he's going to be returning back to them pretty soon as well, which is good for them and good for football as well, because obviously he suffered that awful injury. But I think that's really affected Wolves. The miss of Diego Jota and Doherty as well has definitely affected them as well, and overall hasn't been the best of seasons for Wolves. But I think, you know, 13th place, I'll probably take that. It's been a bit of a rebuilding type of process, and I think Wolves can try and push on next year. So yeah, 13th place, I'll be going with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So then moving into 12th position, I'll be going with Ralph Hasenhüttl's Southampton. Their form has also been incredibly inconsistent. I mean, they were like top of the league in October, I do believe, and since then it has really slowed down. But the Saints are regaining their form. Of course, they are in a semi-final in the FA Cup, where they're going to be taking on the mighty Leicester City. So get ready for that one. But yeah, overall, I think their form this season has not been good, but I think they'll push on towards the last 10 games or so. Southampton always seem to finish the season quite well. So yeah, I can see Southampton pushing on in these final 10 or so games and getting a decent tally of points to push them up into 12th position. Right, and moving into 11th place then, I'll be going with Dean Smith's Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa, you know, have been very inconsistent this season. Obviously, Harry, my good mate Harry Batters, Harry FC, go and subscribe to his channel if you want. Actually, don't, because we're racing to 2K, so yeah, just subscribe to me. But yeah, just from watching his videos, he said that Villa have been, you know, pretty poor recently, and me watching them myself, I have to agree. I think Villa most recently, their form has not been good, but this international break has potentially came at the right time for Dean Smith's men. Obviously, they are going to get players like Jack Grealish back, but yeah, I think their form, you know, it's just been too inconsistent. They go and like lose to Brighton, then beat Arsenal. It's just too inconsistent. I think that has been the story of a lot of teams' seasons, but I think, you know, Aston Villa, I think 11th place for them will still be decent compared to last season, where they just about stayed up somehow. So yeah, Villa to finish in 11th place. Next up then, moving into 10th place, smack bang in the middle of the Premier League table, I'm going with Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United. I mean, fair play to Leeds, they have proved me wrong this season. I did actually predict them to finish in about 16th or 17th, I do believe, so fair play to Leeds, and I think they'll end the season off quite nicely and get a solid 10th place finish, which obviously is fantastic on the return season to the Prem. Players like Patrick Bamford, Rafinha, Jack Harrison all been fantastic this season for Leeds, and I think that, you know, they're doing very well. So yeah, Leeds finish in 10th place this season. So then moving into 9th place position, this is where it starts to heat up. This is where the European battle really comes in. I'll be going with Everton to finish in 19th place. I think Carlo Ancelotti's men will just slowly go down into 9th place. I think, you know, they have been pretty good this season, but inconsistency again for the Toffees has been the main issue. But I think the 9th place finish won't be too bad. I think it will be very, very close to just with the teams above them, but I think they'll kind of come away towards the end. They have got some difficult fixtures to go. So yeah, I think Everton will finish in 9th place this season, which obviously won't be ideal considering they were even at the top of the league earlier on in the season, but I think 9th is not too bad at all. Jesus, for the Toffees. Next up then, in 8th 8th position, and we going with Tottenham Hotspur. So this may be, a slight shock, but I think Jose Mourinho's men will finish 8th place this season, which will not be a good season at all for Spurs. Obviously, they still have a Carabao Cup final left, which, they'll probably bottle it because Spurs obviously don't win anything. But yeah, I think this season for Tottenham has just been too inconsistent once again. Like I keep saying this, several teams have struggled with this. I think, they've had some good patches throughout the season. They're looking very strong towards the start, but most recently they just completely slipped apart. They look back to it when they beat Burnley about 4 or 5-0, but they just got some stupid results here and there. They beat Man United 6-1 and then lost. No, they drew to West Ham 3-3, didn't they? I know they were 3-0. I think that sums up their season. I can beat Man United 6-1 and then conceding a 3-0 lead to West Ham. I think that really sums up Spurs' season. I think they should have picked up a lot more results than they have. But overall, 8th place for Spurs. It's not gonna be good for them obviously, but I think it will be quite close. They could definitely finish a bit high. But for me, I can see Spurs finishing 8th place this year. Right, and moving into 7th place, I'm going with Tottenham's rivals, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, to finish in 7th place. I think a similar story between both of the North London sides. They've been pretty poor this year. Arsenal, they have slightly turned their form around recently. Obviously, Arsenal were a laughing stock at the start of the season. Obviously, they lost teams like Burnley. They were losing there every single week. I thought they were going to get relegated, but they have turned things around. I think the introduction of Martin Odegaard has been good. Aubameyang is slowly getting back to form, and they are looking a much better side. So I can see Arsenal continuing this, kind of good end to the season form, I guess, in these last 10 games. I think they'll pick up a decent tally of points, and I think Arsenal will get a solid 7th place position, which overall, on the course of the season, won't be too bad considering how bad the Gunners did start the season. So yeah, in 7th place, I'm going with Arsenal. So into the European places, for me, in 6th place, I'm going with Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, the Premier League champions, to finish in 6th. Liverpool, their target defence has not been good. Yes, they've got all these injuries, blah, 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 but, Leicester have had the same amount of injuries, and look where we are now. I'm a Leicester fan, but same thing. They have been missing key players like Van Dijk and stuff, obviously. But, yeah, I think Liverpool have been pretty poor this season. they looked alright towards the start of the season. They were definitely in the title race, but, around January time, they completely slipped off. Obviously, lost to teams like Brighton, Burnley, just at Anfield, and then they looked a completely different side. They got battered by Man City. Leicester beat them as well. Beautiful stuff, but yeah, I can see them finishing 6th. The form is going to pick up slightly. Most recently the form has slightly picked up just with a good win in the Champions League and stuff. But yeah, overall, I can't see them really pushing much towards the top 4. So I think the only way Liverpool can get Champions League football is going to be obviously winning the Champions League, which is going to be tough. But yeah, for me, 6th place, I'm going with Liverpool. So moving into 5th place, boys and girls, I'm going with David Moyes' West Ham United. I think these guys have had a fantastic season here. For me, 5th place is going to be West Ham. I think, just like I said, they've been brilliant this season. Have the Hammers, I think they definitely deserve that 5th place finish, and hopefully they do get some European football back at the London Stadium. Obviously, Jesse Lingard's been fantastic since he came in. Really has transformed them. They have got a difficult run of fixtures to go, but I think West Ham will push through them and get a decent total of points. Yeah, for me, 5th place, I'm going with the Hammers of West Ham United. So then moving into those Champions League spaces, started off in 4th position then, and we're going with Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. I think since he's came in, Chelsea have been absolutely fantastic. I think they fully deserve that 4th place finish. Their form since he's came in, like I said, has been incredible. I don't think they've even lost yet. So fair play to Chelsea. I think if they keep up this good run of form, they'll easily get Champions League football and potentially finish above 4th. But for me, I think they might slop away towards the end of the season and just slow down. But for me, I think Chelsea will get Champions League football quite comfortably. So yeah, 4th place, I'm going with Chelsea. Now then, moving into 3rd place, boys and girls, I'm going with Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men. Yes, I'm going to give Leicester to finish above United. Could be biased, I don't really care. But for me, United, I think they've been pretty good this year. Obviously, they have transformed their seasons. I think this has been the best season United have had in quite some time. Obviously since the league in 2012, it just has not gone well. But obviously, Bruno Fernandes, Martial, Rashford, it's fair play to United. I think they've done alright this season. They have got some stupid results here and there, but they also got some big wins. Obviously, they beat Man City the other week in the Manchester derby, and no one can take that away from them. So I think United have been pretty decent this season, but I think the downfall has just been some stupid results here and there, like losing 6-1 to Bloody Spurs. So yeah, for me, United are finishing 3rd place. I think that's alright. For them, obviously, it's not good because United are a big team, let's be honest, it hurts me to say it, but yeah, 3rd place then, I'll be going with Manchester United. Right, and moving into 2nd place then, boys and girls, we'll be going with the mighty Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers' men, what a team, up the boys, up the city. For me, I think we'll do it. I think, Maddison's back, Barnes is coming back. Ricardo is now back as well. And I think, you know, our fixtures, yes, they're quite tough. We've got Man City, West Ham all coming up after that. We've got teams like West Brom, Southampton coming up. I reckon we can do it. So I think, you know, Leicester will finish above Man United and get second place. And this year, believe me, we are not going to bottle Champions League football. I'm very confident now that Champions League is ours. I can't see us Boston. This is going to come back to bite me if we do, but who really cares? But for me, I'm going to go with Leicester to finish in second place. But realistically, as a Leicester fan, as long as we get Champions League, I don't really care. And finally then, moving into first position, of course, we'll be going with Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Already FC back at it once again for me. I mean, fair play to them. I mean, City did start the season quite poorly, but just with the introduction of Ruben Diaz, John Stones back in that defence, the defences became a lot stronger. And going forward, players like Ilkay Gundogan have really transformed as well. So fair play to City. I think though they have turned the form around quite nicely, but yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment once again. And I thought, you know, in January the title race was going to be the closest ever, but City had just pulled away from it. So yeah, fair play to Man City. So yeah, top of the league to win the Premier League once again. I'll be going with Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. So the boys and girls, that is it then for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys my final Premier League predictions for the 2020 to 21 Premier League season. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, let us know by drop a like, subscribe as well to the channel if you guys haven't already. And like I said earlier on in the video, let me know your predictions in the comment section down below as the league comes to a close. But yeah, it's another video. It's another hot day. I'm sweating. Let's just wrap up. Yeah, I've been Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next video. Peace, guys.